The National Film Board of Canada presents Kate and Anna McGarrigle.
Oh, my heart, my dove, my lark, we are birds of a feather. You're my bow, my fidelio. Oh, my heart, my dove, my lark, we are birds of a feather. I'm your Kathy on the heather.
A Portrait by Caroline Leaf.
Oh, my heart, oh, my heart, let us stay together. Oh, my heart, together but not tethered or not too much. Though times seem tough to tiresome, we still must not succumb.
I have enjoyed the McGarrigles' music since I first heard it in the mid-1970s. One day they asked me, a filmmaker who makes animated films, if I would illustrate some of their songs. I saw a chance to get to know them more, and I ended up asking if I could make a film about them and illustrate them.
We are birds of a feather. I'm your Kathy on the heather.
With a camera crew and a sketch pad, I began to put together a portrait.
You're afraid you're going to get killed, run over?
The McGarrigle sisters are prolific songwriters who perform and record their own music. Tonight in New York, a large audience is expected for their debut concert at Carnegie Hall.
Okay, tighten up the space a little bit.
Right away, the Canadian press has them cornered.
Okay. No. I want you to just be, again, tighten up your space. I got to get this in the background. Hey, that's super. That's good. That's neat. That's nice. That's good. Just give me a couple minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. That's super. Hang on. Okay, I need to see your faces. That's good.
You and I both always use this mic, right? When the other one's at the piano? Yeah. You sure nobody uses
This is Kate and Anna's mother, who has come for the concert tonight, and she is already looking for her seat.
I have to go in here? Or are there stairs out?
The members of their band are all family and friends who've played together for years. Before Tchaikovsky gave his debut concert at Carnegie Hall, he retired to his rooms to invoke his muse. Kate and Anna go to a nearby deli for a radio interview and Danish.
Sure. Yeah.
3 Danishes, okay?
Price is no object.
I remember the 2 guys used to follow us around in England. They were from Birmingham or something. And they were really like 2 kind of real working class kids. And it was a great thrill to have those as fans, to have them as fans.
they'd hitchhike to all the gigs. It was a change from like people over here who mostly drive Volvos and have university educations to come and see us.
Yeah, I think most people, whether they be in Canada, the States, or Europe, our fans are like us. I mean, they do pretty much what we do. Maybe they don't all sing, but...
Is there somebody around the team? Excuse me?
At the very last minute, they are still writing up the list of songs for the band on paper napkins.
My baby, oh my baby, oh my heart. Ouais, la veste des douze.
It's got the string bass.
String bass. Be my baby, you're playing fiddle on.
Yeah, just a few small lines, okay? And so this is...
Kiss and say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That's the...
Yeah,
en si majeur.
Ah, si majeur.
Okay, right. Okay, all right.
It's a real pleasure to be able to present music you are personally a fan of, and tonight I have that pleasure. One of the wonderful things about music of Kate Anna McGarrigle
43 minutes.
is that there really are no artificial ingredients. It's pure music, pure charm, and if you would enjoy it as much as I do, please give Kate Anna McGarrigle a warm welcome.
The McGarrigles' approach to performing has often been called casual. Radio interviewer Matthew Cope asks them about this.
A lot of people love the fact that your stage performances are not very polished, and a lot of people are a little irritated by the fact that it's sloppy.
Mm-hmm. At least it's consistent. I mean, no, and the thing is, the fact that it is consistent is maybe somebody, I mean, I don't think that audience goers or people who go to concerts are used to seeing that. But after a while, if you keep on presenting the same thing, and if you get known for that, if you get known for something, if we turned around and became very slick, you know, it would, at least we're known for something now, they know what to expect.
The sunset on the ocean, I will watch it from the shore. Let the sunrise over the redwoods, I'll rise with it till I rise no more. Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes, I hear the sea. Must I wait? Must I follow? Won't you say, come with me?
For one thing, I hate harping on this, but we do have kids, and it's hard to just go out and be a performer all the time. I mean, it's impossible. So, and that would also explain sometimes a certain sloppiness on stage because we don't work that much. But all the parts are really rehearsed, whether they all come together at the same time, that night is, again, you know, happenstance.
Go and dig my grave, both long and narrow. Make my coffin big and strong. Well, it's do-do-do-do. Yes, it's do-do-do-do. Don't you know do-do. Carry me, Lord, wherever I die. Well, it's do-do-do. Yes, it's do-do-do.
The reviews of the concert are good. Rolling Stone says, the McGarrigles took the starch out of a stuffy Carnegie Hall, making it seem like an oversized parlor.
And how is it different from them playing in Canada?
Well,
Here is the best review.
Well, they played at Stratford, and it was very successful and very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. What?
But somehow or other, I think I enjoyed this one better. I don't know whether it was the audience or...
Thank you.
Tell us it was great again.
It was.
Tell us how great it was.
It was great, but then I don't want to boast too much. I'm their mother. I'm a little...
Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Faisait tout hier à matin quand je passais devant l'hôtel derrière la porte entrebâillée là à genoux devant l'hôtel.
Back home in Quebec, I drive with Kate to Saint-Sever, a French-Canadian village near Montreal, where she grew up and where her mother still lives. Kate was living in New York when she started performing and recording, but came home because family ties are strong.
Yeah, well, also I guess because my mother lives here too. And Anna lives here. She likes to live here, and it just makes it easier. Because for a long time we worked when I was in New York and Anna was in Montreal, and we get together, you know, on weekends or once a month, but spend 2 or 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a month together. And that's the way we started working. We'd meet sometimes in places like Saratoga to rehearse, but it's easier for me living here. Gabby, my mother, is very important to me, in helping me pursue my career, our career, because she looks after my kids a lot, and she always has. Gabby, okay, Ruben.
They originally started their musical education at the convent here. I think it was $4 a month, and they were obviously favorites of the sisters.
And do people know that they're performing now?
Quite a few do, yes. Yes, they do. Because I've had people stop me on the street and say, comment vont tes filles? On les a vues à la télévision, you know, and they talk about it.
Is it wet, that pen?
For a long time, I took it all, you know, for granted. But now I'm starting to take another look at them. I'm feeling a little prouder than I did originally.
Well, we grew up with music. There was music in the house every single day. So our father sort of worked out of the house, and in the late afternoon, oftentimes when we'd come home from school, he might be there, let's say, just before supper. And or after supper, and he'd be playing the piano, and he taught us how to harmonize at a very early age. There were 3 girls, and our mother always took the lead, and our father played and also sang, and the 3 girls always sang in part harmony.
The thing that you hold on to when you not the stirrup. What's the thing you hold on to? What's the thing you hold on to on a horse when you're?
The rein.
The rein, that's it. Or something mane, something. Oh, I know what it is. It's feathers when you ruffle. No, what's the opposite of ruffling feathers? Smooth.
Pulling feathers.
Pulling.
Do you want to just try it one more time then? Just.
What?
Do you want it? Or else I don't know.
Eh? Do you want?
Yeah, let's just see whether.
On these lines here?
Yeah, on the
I go to see concert promoter Donald K. Donald, who is knowledgeable about the music industry. When did you first hear of the McGarrigles?
Geez, it's one of those names that just kept coming up, and I started, I guess it goes back to when I really noticed the McGarrigles is when they wrote that song that Linda Ronstadt did on the Heart Like a Wheel album, where they wrote the title track for it. They're such great songwriters, from what I know of them. They have the talent to write hits of the 80s, but they just don't seem to want to, what they may refer to as prostituting their particular talents, to write more mass appeal music. They've just decided that they are what they are, and they're going to do what makes them personally happy.
Bluegrass, blue bottles, Billy, don't you dawdle. The races on it, blue bonnets, open up the throttle. The crop stings your heart, trying to make them all like the nettles in the heart. I have to take a breath somewhere. There might have to.
You know what I mean? Like kind of.
Yeah. Had a little pony, walked him in the meadow, walked him in the meadow. Had a little pony, walked him in the meadow, walked him in the meadow. One hand held the reins, while the other grabbed his mane. Track is fast and the heat is on. What? How many times is it going around?
It always goes around 3 times.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, this doesn't go around. This goes around twice. This thing goes around 3 times. And a bit. And a bit. Let's go. Can we do this? Let's do you doing the second chorus on that one. Can we go back to the second chorus? Deuxième chœur.
That tells me a lot.
Had a little pony, walked him in the meadow, walked him in the meadow.
The McGarrigles seem to be defying the economics of the business with their success.
You mean, well, they're successful and but it's a mystery? No.
Well, no, what I mean is that purposely not directing their career with mass appeal is, to me, a mystery. If I knew more about them, I may have the solution to that mystery.
I have one other question to ask you.
Which is a testament to their talent. Because if you're not rich, you really got to be good.
Some say a heart is just like a wheel. When you bend it, you can't mend it. And my love for you is like a sinking ship, and my heart is on that ship out in mid-ocean.
They make everyday things into songs. The grass needs cutting, a trip, the weather. They write about their children.
I wrote a song a long time ago about Sylvan called Bundle of Sorrow, Bundle of Joy when he was first born. And I've always wanted to write a song about Lily, and I have an idea for it. I was playing it earlier today. And it's, the only lyric I have is, oh, Lily, Lily Bell, my darling, robust baby girl, chocolate eyes in sockets of pearl. That's all I have. But I don't, what I've written doesn't even scan with the lyric. I could just. That's the phone for us.
And do you have a lot of melodies that go around in your head?
Not so much in my head. I have them when I'm sitting down at the piano. I need my fingers to, you know, to bring them out.
That's interesting, because when I animate also, I need to use my fingers.
Yeah, because you don't really see the thing, so much as... But I don't think I would have gotten up on stage alone, and she always said that she didn't want to do it alone, so that's why we teamed up.
And now, at this stage, if she wasn't around?
Well, the thing is, I have more nerve now than I did, just because I have a bit of experience. I can't say whether I'd do it or not. It's no fun to do it alone, really, it isn't.
For your musical career, would you ever think of moving to New York or Los Angeles?
Well, I never have moved there, so I don't know whether I ever would.
And you don't feel you need to?
I think sometimes a person should, you know, if they really want to do it seriously. Sometimes I think maybe Kate and I should have, you know, made more of an effort, but we didn't, so I don't know. I think now we know how to deal with the business from where we are, whereas we didn't earlier.
Nothing that I know about the near future, although...
This is Jane McGarrigle, Kate and Anna's sister. She is their business manager, and they say she plays circles around them on the piano.
He said that they still want some other people to hear it, and I said, does this mean that you need their approval? Is it a committee decision? He said, no, it's not. We can go ahead with it, but he said it's really better for you if everybody likes it. You know, you have more sort of reinforcement in the company. He's right.
Yeah.
And he wants to see a concert of yours, so how about the
Well, we'll just put one together, you know?
No, how about the Quebec City date? I told him it was all in French.
Of course, that's all French.
With all their talent and hard work, they are not known by a mass audience. I wonder what a hit-oriented radio station would think of their music. I asked Janie to come with me to radio station CKGM in Montreal. The program director, Robert Hall, agrees to listen.
I realize that this station isn't necessarily oriented to this kind of music, but you must have a good enough ear for pop music to tell me whether this even has a possibility, or whether it's just way over everybody's head, or what you think. Okay?
Okay.
First cut. Yeah. Love Over and Over. Is there a cassette player over here?
Yeah, right over here.
Here we go. Cassette. Okay, well, it's cued and everything.
What would you say about it?
It's a nice record. It's a good sounding record, but it's not a great record.
The song?
Yeah. There's, like, the harmony is very much different from what seems to be selling now.
Mr. Hall hems and haws.
So into the business that they're jaded.
He says that when he's not sure about a song, he calls in the girls from the outer office.
9 times out of 10, they'll be able to tell me if a thing is a hit or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they?
They're out there. You want to bring them in?
Not at all. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds.
Well?
You want to start with Bridget?
Okay. Bridget?
They sound like nuns.
They sound like nuns. Interesting.
Do I take it that you don't like the music of nuns? Is that good or is that bad?
So, and you?
And it was a little too, how can I put it? A little too boppy, you know, like, I can't explain it. The beat of it, the music and everything.
The voices are irritating.
Well, that song had a nice beat. I liked the beat on it,
Uh-huh.
which was good, but I didn't like the voices.
The voices, I mean, you didn't, that just stopped you right there. You didn't listen through that to what the song
I
was
suppose if
saying.
you could understand their words, I just can't stand their music. I couldn't even listen to it. I really couldn't.
The melody.
Yeah, I can't stand their voices.
The last thing I expected was criticism of their voices.
My Johnny's gone to high. I'll never see my Johnny no more. My Johnny's gone to high.
In a world which does its best to make everyone the same, Kate and Anna remain nobody but themselves. To me, this is success.
The McGarrigles will always be perceived. I mean, they are not automatically mass market music. And
On our last day of filming, we sat down with Joe Boyd, an independent record producer. Joe produced the McGarrigles' first two albums.
That's in a way something separate from what their real audience and their real market is, which is people who respond to who they are and what their music is, which is more intelligent, a little more thoughtful, a little more...
I wonder if you think they're hurting their careers by living in Quebec?
No. You have to do whatever it is you do from the intrinsic quality of your life and your music.
Well, the thing is, I mean, like, you know, we talked to Joe, we said, well, we're thinking about the market and why aren't we on top 40? We'd love to be there. But we are doing essentially what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, we are not compromising. I mean, it's not a question we don't want to compromise. I don't think we'd know how to compromise. I mean, I think that's essentially, you know, I mean, you do...
I think I've compromised sometimes, but I've always missed the point somehow. So
well, how have you compromised?
Much point in doing it anymore.
But how? I mean, are your songs any different now than they were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago?